when researching belief, a lot of people tend to consider why we even have the ability to believe something if it's not true. And one of the examples that I've heard that I think is fascinating is about back in the day when we were all hunter-gatherers, when there would be hunting parties going out to hunt large animals or perhaps even in the areas of predators, there would be a pretty high mortality rate when people would try to take down these large animals. People would die. I'm just going to make up a statistic and say that maybe there was a 20% casualty rate. So maybe 1 out of 5 people might not come back from a hunting expedition. And so it would be very useful for everybody that was going on the hunting mission to believe that they would not be the one to die. And so you would go forth, and even though generally one of those 5 people would die, it was really useful for us to have the capacity to not believe that it would be us, because otherwise we might not be able to do the thing without a lot of distraction, being worried about our mortality. I know there's some other, not all beliefs are, beneficial to other people. One that I like to bring up is I used to think that I didn't need more than 6 hours of sleep. And that might have been true in my 20s, but when I hit my 30s, I was very tired all the time, and it really affected my mood and, how my ability to remember stuff and a lot of things like that. So even though that didn't really benefit anyone else, it was hurting me and creating problems with everything that I did. Not just working, but my relationships and whatnot. I was very short-fused all the time. So just thinking that I needed less sleep than I did, that sounds fairly mundane, but it had pretty dramatic consequences. And then now in the more modern context, the religion is the easiest example to draw from. But, in our modern religion, you go to church and or some kind of congregation, and that serves a lot of purposes. You have a sense of community with the other people that are there. It's comfortable to know that you have support from those people. And then, for the organization, they benefit by having you donate money. And then also just your patronage will be more appealing to other people because it shows that, hey, look how many people are going to this thing. There must be something there. So your patronage just benefits the church, not just financially, but in other ways. And that's fine. I actually am very supportive of community-based activities, but it's when people start using that group dynamic to start, asking them to behave certain ways in publicly. And this is especially detrimental nowadays when it comes to political aspects and voting. When you're part of this group and someone respected in the group starts telling you that, hey, people outside of our group can't be trusted. And they might also say that no matter what, we can't vote for those people because as soon as you give them power, they'll use that power to persecute you. And all of their fanciful ideas about how to make society better is actually a smokescreen to come in and round up Christians and something communism, These ideas are very easy to spread if you are part of a group that hears this, and the alternative is to say, hey, wait a minute, maybe this entire group that I've been part of is somehow lying to me or manipulating me to serve some purpose that I don't really understand very well. And that's just an example of things that we're seeing today. And I'm very concerned for everyone that just believes what any particular group tells them just out of hand without any consideration that they might be wrong.